Okay, now you can see the sculpture. If you touch it any at all, you're going to get grease all over your hands. So you really have to wash the sculpture at this point because all that red flux, or what do you want to call it, resin, is all on there. So you want to get that off of there. Use some degreaser and spray it down real good. And then just with my hands, I try to rub it off. Just go all over the sculpture with it. Just every little piece that you can see. Okay. Once you kind of rub it, you notice it's already starting to look a little more copper-like, a little more normal. I rinse it off. Get a paper towel and wipe it down thoroughly. There again, go all the way down the track, both top and bottom. Try to rub off anything that I see that looks like flux or anything that looks like it might be dirt or grime or anything like that. You know you're never going to catch it all. It's okay. Try to get as much as you can. Good. Okay. So it's fairly clean at this point. And I want to dry it because the next step is I like to put Tarnex on it. Tarnex will take off the any tarnish there is on it. It'll make it much more shiny and pretty. Okay, so that looks about as dry as it's going to get for right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is get a paper towel and just tear it into little quarters. And even then I'm going to fold it into pieces. And pour a good heaping amount of Tarnex on the cloth and just rub it all over. Okay, and you can see how bright and shiny that's making it. It really does, Tarnex does really good on copper. Really good. Now you want to try to do this quickly because Tarnex, if you leave it on too long, it'll kind of turn a strange pink color and it doesn't look natural. It looks kind of nasty and you don't want that, so you've got to be real fast with Tarnex. Just rub it on real fast and then rinse it off because you don't want that to, it's kind of an acid, I guess. You don't want that to keep eating away at the sculpture. So we definitely want to rinse it off afterwards. There. Okay, so I'm going to rinse it off now. Okay, and then you take your towels and dry it off real good. Alright, and that's all for cleaning it. And now on to painting. Okay, I've cleaned the sculpture and I have put Tarnex on it so it looks real nice and shiny copper color. The only thing that doesn't look like copper color are the solder joints. You can see they're very bright silver, which is not what we want. It would like to have it look copper color like the rest of it, and you know, it doesn't bother some people, but some people really don't like that silver on copper color. So what I like to do is paint it, and I have some Testors copper paint, and perfect for the sculpture. So you got to shake it up real good, mix up the copper and the paint inside there. Okay. And what I use, see, I don't know if you see the beautiful copper color in there, but I use just cotton swabs for my paintbrush and dip it in there and paint it. just like that, kind of dab it on. And if you can see how it looks now, it just really hides that copper look. Really nice. So just going to cover every place that I've soldered with the copper paint. And also, if there's any miscolorations on the sculpture, I'll just cover those too. So it makes it look really pretty. And it just really just makes all the silver just disappear. Very nice. So I will do that for all of the solder joints and make it look all copper so you can't find any silver. And usually what I try to do is try to start with the top, otherwise you'll get lost. Start with the top and work your way down the track, and eventually you get to the bottom and you'll have all the copper joints covered. And of course I want to do from the bottom side also, just in case anybody wants to look from the bottom up, they won't even know sometimes that it's copper. Some people that even dawn on them that there is no such thing as copper solder. I have the sculpture now. It's all painted with the copper paint, and now I'm going to spray it with clear coat. It's basically just clear paint, I guess, and you can get this at any discount store. This particular can of spray paint costs about $1.30, so real cheap. Usually what I like to do is spray the bottom first. That way, you know, once I've sprayed the bottom and flip it over, if anything is you know, rubbed off, it's going to be the feet, which, you know, won't matter too much. So I like spraying the bottom first, and I want to spray it all the way around. So you can see I'm spraying it, just coating every bit of it that I can. And once I spray it from one direction, I try to spray it from several other directions to get every single side of the sculpture coated with the clear coat. Okay, and that is the first coat. Of course, I'll try to coat it twice on the bottom and twice from the top, and so we'll have actually 4 coats on it, so it'll be real good and covered. All right. Okay, you can see that through the last spraying, and just a reminder that you know, this spraying with clear coat spray paint you can get any hardware store real cheap, $1 or $2 for a can. And I'm actually bringing it inside after every spraying. You're not seeing that, of course, but I'm actually bringing it inside. And the reason for that is because it's actually winter here, and it's cold outside. It's probably in the 30s in Texas, believe it or not. And you know, it's cold, and so when you spray paint, you don't want it to be cold. You want it to be, you know, like in the 70s or so. I guess, you know, that's I guess 30 or so in the Celsius range. But you know, you don't want it to be too cold, because then the paint will want to flake off. And so what I'm actually doing is, after I spray, I'm actually bringing it inside every so often, so that it actually stays, you know, room temperature or better, so that the paint will stick really good. Okay, so I'm going to let it dry now, and that's pretty much it for this sculpture. So it's looking pretty good. Now, of course, there's always some adjustments afterwards, so I'm going to talk about that later.